Welcome, everyone, to the La Jolla Cosmetic Podcast. I'm your hostess, Monique Ramsey, and today I want to show some of our favorite things from our favorite people at the center. So we have a promotion going on right now. I'm going to share my screen so you can see this little promotion on our website. It's very cute with all our favorite seagulls are bringing gifts, and it's a $500 savings getting you into the holiday spirit with the favorite things. And we have a cute little, even like raindrops on roses kind of thing, but we took our own take on it. So we have a $500 voucher, and you can see, if I go down here, each of our surgeons' favorite things in terms of in the OR. And so I have Dr. Hector Salazar with us today. I'm going to stop sharing, but I'll let you talk a little bit about your favorite holiday traditions to tie that in to our promotion. Let's get into the holiday spirit. And I wore my red pin. I put my middle name there because I'm born on Christmas Day. So Monique Noel. And so welcome, Dr. Salazar.
Thanks so much for inviting me, Monique. And this time of the year that we all love and that we enjoy and that we love to share with our patients. And it's a time of the year that actually patients actually like to have surgery done. So we get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, for sure. So tell me about, holidays for you growing up and maybe some of your favorite traditions or things that you looked forward to as a kid.
Well, I would say always setting up our Christmas tree has been a nice tradition. I remember as I was growing up, I would say that would set it up right after Thanksgiving. But let me tell you, nowadays with my family, we like to set up our Christmas tree and light it up quite early in November, so we could enjoy it for a much longer time. I would say that has been a tradition that we've agreed in our family. But that's a new adaptation. That's a new thing. So Christmas tree is already up and set up pretty much at the beginning of November.
I love that. I love that. I've been seeing people on Reddit. There's a Christmas decorating subreddit, and all the people showing off their trees and their decorations. And it really gets you in the holiday spirit and starts to, especially here in San Diego, it's not like we have snow to like get our brain transitioned into the holiday time. So with the sunny weather, it's kind of nice to then have that cozy indoor feeling. Tell me about, is there any food that as a kid or as an adult that you kind of associate with the holidays?
I would say always turkey around this time. It has been turkey. There's like delicious ham as well. And now in our family, we have this very unique thing that we like to do because, as you imagine, like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, there's like always like gatherings and dinners and all the family getting together. And so lunchtime kind of gets a little hectic, a little crazy. You end up having whatever you find. But now we have this small family tradition, and that's because my son actually has become a very hardcore caviar aficionado. So what we do is
Wow.
every year on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day lunchtime, depends on what we are doing, but it's an every year thing that we open a small can of caviar and then we all enjoy that. And that I would say, I mean, it doesn't have any strong roots, but it's a family tradition that we enjoy, and we are all waiting for that day throughout the year to have a little caviar tasting there.
I love
And
that.
that's
That's so
good.
fun. And I love when kids sort of have like a sophisticated palate as they're growing up. Not everything has to be chicken nuggets and ketchup. And
Exactly.
so I think
Exactly.
it's wonderful. And in terms of, let's talk about if Santa comes to your house. When Santa comes to the home, would Santa leave wrapped presents or not wrapped presents? Because this can be a thing in families.
It happens. And I would say that as I grew up in my house, Santa would come in and drop the presents without wrapping them. And my wife actually lived the same situation. And so therefore I think it has to be now it's a family tradition. I feel that Santa chooses us as a family that presents get there. You wake up, you look at the presents, they look magnificent right there in the Christmas tree. But no, there's no wrapping, there's no need to undo them. But I would say that I would still get as excited as if I would be opening them because that first image. And I would
Right.
say that our son actually also enjoys them too, like a lot.
Now, were you the type of kid who would try to peek by opening very carefully with surgical precision to like see what you might have gotten? Let's say if a gift was wrapped from a grandma or someone under the tree, because I was that girl. I was that girl who would like very carefully, and which is so dumb, but some of us do this and then put it all back together, but it does
Whoa.
sort of ruin the surprise.
And or shake it and break it, right? I mean, like just make sure like I wonder what's in there. I would say no, and I'm going to reveal one of part of my personality. I've always been so much into following the rules, and that I think, I mean, off the topic, not Christmas, but for our patients, they feel free that I'm always going to be following our safety rules because I always follow the rules. So if they would tell me not to touch them, not to shake them, not to peek or open them, I wouldn't do it. So I would just wait, and then the day of, just go ahead and open them.
Unwrap.
I never forget a time when, like poor moms, they sometimes have to be hiding to wrap some of the presents and then hide them somewhere. And I remember that I kind of caught my mom, I think I was 10 or so, and I caught my mom wrapping a present for me for Christmas. And then she said oh, I said like, no, please stay away. Don't look over here. And then she put it in a different place where she would normally hide those presents. And I think like she found it like 20 years later. I mean, she was hiding it so well that she forgot about it and then came out when I was 30, I think. And
That's awesome. It's
so
sort of a moment from what is it? The Christmas
Christmas, National
Vacation.
Lampoon's
Yeah,
Christmas
Christmas
Vacation,
Vacation where he's
right?
up there and he finds like a Mother's Day
It,
gift from whenever.
Totally. Just like that. It was a Christmas present that was partially wrapped, and then she put it wherever she could before I could see, and then everybody forgot about it.
That's so fun. Well, I think what kicks off the holidays for you and your family? Is it the tree or Christmas
I
carols in the car or
Well, no, I would say it's pretty much the tree, and that kicks off the spirit. And then I would say, yeah, there's plenty of Christmas carols all the time, everywhere. And it's funny how it works because you truly enjoy them during the season, right? Then if you get them out of season, it's kind of like there's some sort of I don't know, a little allergic reaction. Maybe that I get it. It's like Christmas in July, like if it's like April, and then like for a mistake, like YouTube starts playing, like the algorithm goes bad and then starts playing like a Christmas song, and you go like,
wait, what is
but no, during the
that?
time we love them and we enjoy them. And pretty much I would say it starts like around beginning of November and then stays like throughout Thanksgiving and then into New Year's. And one of the things is that we keep that Christmas tree until January 6th, which is the Epiphany,
Yeah, I do the same
right?
thing. I
And
do the
then
same
after that,
thing.
we then is when we start taking it off and saying thank you for that Christmas tree in that year. But that's pretty much how we do it.
Yeah. Is your tree sort of eclectic with lots of different things over the years, or is it kind of a theme
No,
tree?
it's eclectic with all these different things, but I would say it has been or has remained constant over the ornaments and everything for the last 4 or 5 years, because it's pretty much, I would say, when our son has become more aware of it and he loves all the ornaments. So if we would make our tree look like a Nordstrom's tree, I don't think he would much appreciate that. And then that's why he likes all the little different toys and characters and different things that we put like on our
And like
Christmas
the
tree,
handmade ornaments that they make when they're in like first grade,
and the
you
handmade
know,
ornaments
I
that they
love all
last
those,
forever.
unwrapping each one to get, up on the tree. And I have the same kind of tree, very eclectic, crazy. And my tradition was sort of to every time I would go on a trip, bring an ornament home,
Hmm.
So then that's also kind of fun to kind of think back to those special trips or those special moments, and especially to see the funny things that my kids made.
Yeah, exactly. It's
So,
very enjoyable.
yeah. Well, anything else about the holidays that you want to impart to our listening audience?
Well, no, one of the things is like it gives us time to reflect, gives us time to kind of slow down, look back at what we've done throughout the year. And as a matter of fact, like school stops, pretty much everything slows down. And that's the reason why some patients actually think that it's a good moment for them to have surgery. And
Yeah.
we tend to get very, very busy and our schedules get really packed. And it's something for like the audience, our patients to know that if you're aiming to have some surgery during those days, to start planning much ahead of time and talk to La Jolla Cosmetic, talk to our coordinators, because it's a time that everybody wants to get something done, and it can get a little hectic. And if you really want to choose your date, you know that you have to plan.
And we talked about your favorite things for the holidays, but your favorite things on our special are, let me see here, breast augmentation. That's a favorite thing. I love that.
That's
The
for sure.
Bella button tummy tuck, which we did an
Exactly.
episode about,
We have one.
and we'll put that in the show notes, and the TZ Plasty neck lift. So and I think we did a show about that as well, or a live event. So
And that goes so nicely together with the season with turkey, right? The turkey gobbler, and then you have the teasy plastic to get rid of that turkey gobbler.
exactly, exactly. So we'll put in our show notes the favorite things specials, and we'll put links to those previous episodes where we talked about those things specifically with you. And thank you again, Dr. Salazar, for joining us.
Thank you so much, and
We'll have
happy holidays for everybody.
happy holidays and Merry.
There you go. Ho, ho, ho.
So I want to welcome April. April has worked with La Jolla Cosmetic on and off in very many roles and over the years, and we have a fun meet the April episode. So welcome, April, and we're going to talk about some of your holiday favorite things.
Awesome. I love the holidays. It's the one time of the year where I embrace cooking because that is not something that's in my wheelhouse. And my son's always been kind of the most, I don't know, we're all Jewish, but I would say that he definitely channeled the inner holiday spirit and would absolutely just fall in love with, okay, the holiday time is all about homemade latkes. And so for any of you listeners out there that actually make them from scratch and don't head over to DZ Aikens or don't head over to TJ's and pick up the box version, yes, I do that occasionally too. But the process of making homemade latkes is a labor of love and a huge mess. And so it's one of the things I really love is just grating potato after potato after potato and mixing it with all the onions and garlic and grilling it up and getting burnt. And oh, the house smells just amazing when it's latke time.
Oh, I love that. And would you be kind enough to share your recipe that we could put in our show notes?
Absolutely. I can go dig up the recipe. It's actually something from when my son was little. The preschool, he went to a Jewish preschool and they put together a cookbook. And so it was somebody's recipe for potato latkes. And I
How fun. How
just
fun.
loved it.
That's neat. So what is sort of the thing that kind of kicks off the holidays for you? Like, it's holidays when? What happens?
I know it's holidays when we go digging around through the garage to find the light up dreidels. So when the kids were growing up, we don't have a tree. It's something that I've always held fast to. Didn't grow up with the tree and we're not introducing that. But what we did do for the kids is we would have people have the light up Hello Kitty stuff. We would have light up little menorahs and little dreidels that we would hang throughout the house. And so every night during Hanukkah, we would go turn out all the lights downstairs in our living room, and you would just see menorahs and you would see light up dreidels. And so that's when I knew it was holiday time.
That sounds so special and so beautiful.
Yes, yes. And it would stretch all the way till Valentine's or even St. Patrick's Day, because who likes to actually take down those lights?
Yeah, there you go. Depending on how high up they are too. I climbed up into my cabinet and got my Christmas mug just for this. So but I haven't pulled all my stuff down yet. I need to do that. But it's kind of a big job, but it's so special when it's that time of year and you can kind of enjoy the fireplace. It's been chilly lately. Turn on the fire, have the lights on.
That it has.
Now, do you have a funny or poignant memory from like when you were a kid? Anything that happened during the holidays?
I mean, that was like vintage a million years ago. I can't quite recall all the way back there, but I will say that one of the memories that I've created for my kids is there's Hanukkah gelt, which is the little chocolate coins that they look cute but don't taste great. So some years ago, I'm going to say probably 10 plus years ago, we switched out playing dreidels with actually candy that tastes good. So we would have Hershey Kisses, and we'd have all the mini Hershey chocolates and this and that and the Godivas. And so the initials on the dreidel, depending on what lands, you get to take the whole entire kit and caboodle out of there. And so it's always been super fun to spin the dreidel and play the dreidel game and get to swoop out all that chocolate. And it certainly goes in the mouth and not into the bank account. So definitely lots of fun. And the kids' friends would come over and love to play dreidel. And not only you spin the dreidel the right way, but, kids are clever and they start learning how to spin the dreidel upside down to see who can spin it the longest. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, it spins both ways. Little did you know. It's a great miracle happened here today. We've taught all your listeners that they too can invest in a dreidel and spin it upside down, and the magic will happen.
I love that. Now, do you have any, you're known for like your sparkle in terms of in the office, like queen of festive fun. And is there anything like that you love to wear, like, or a purse that you pull out only at a certain time of year, or anything holiday in your wardrobe, Miss Queen of Sparkle?
So I don't have something I pull out every year. A number of years ago for our ugly sweater contest, I created a do-it-yourself menorah using the tinsel that people use for their trees. And I basically had all 9, there's 9 because there's one that's the shamus and the other. And I'd hold up my hands, and at the top, instead of candles, were the little light up things, the LED lights. So I would light up and stand like this. And I wore that out paddling because there was a Santa paddle. And so there was all the Santas, and there was the Jewish princess. So that was definitely very fun.
I love that. And you have a dog, right?
2 now.
Oh, you have 2. Okay, tell us about your dogs and how you get them in the spirit.
Well, last year I decided that Bailey is my poodle terrier, and we have another dog, Marshmallow, who's a Bichon. And so I decided last year that Bailey needed to get in the spirit. Marshmallow got in the spirit too, that they had a different outfit every single day for Hanukkah. And so it was always very exciting to take it off and put on her new little outfit. She had little bows, and then we had a matching set for Marshmallow with little bow ties. Marshmallow would tear his off, and Bailey, always the princess and the one that's mommy's favorite, would wear her little earpieces for a lot longer. And so
I love it.
Yes,
that's so fun. I think like the pet dress up industry is huge. It's like whether you want to have your dog root for, Michigan, or if you want to have it be a Hanukkah, a USC. But honestly, I think it's so cute. Now, I'm a cat person, and cats would, they just won't do it.
And so do you have new outfits for the
for the babies? No, I don't. So yeah, I have new kittens, and I was kind of worried that they might try to come in here and scale the green screen because they're very curious, and they're tiny. They're like 3 months old. So I have Noelle, and that's why I picked her from the adoption site, because that's my middle name. That's her name. I'm like, okay, it's done. She's a little white fluffy one. And then I have Pierre, who's a little Siamese that I adopted. They had bonded at the foster. So I think I might not do my tree this year, which is killing me, but I'm so afraid not just of them breaking something, that less about that than more about them eating something that might cost thousands of dollars to get out of them at the vet, which I'm like, So I think I'll decorate in a modified way this year, just to I have to take it down a notch because people know me. I go like all out. It's everywhere. That's what happens when you're born on Christmas. You just get really into it. So
you have that great headband. It's about like 12 inches tall. That's out of this world spectacular.
It's so tall that it wouldn't stick on the screen. Oh. No, I have to pull that out of storage. I thought about that today, and I'm like, okay, but I can't wear the headphones if I have the thing on my head. But I don't even know where it is. I think it's in storage at the moment. And I have from last year's Spirit Week that we did during the holidays, I have the life-size cutout of Will Ferrell as Elf in my it's in my storage for the center. So I'll be bringing it back this year. But I thought, how cute would it be to have like Will Ferrell with me doing, but again, you can only do so much before the podcast. So,
well, I don't know. You can kind of rotate some of these exciting accessories that you have in
there you go.
decorations so they all get a lifespan.
There
right?
you go. I like that. I like that. Well, thanks, April. This was nice because, I think having you bring that Hanukkah spirit, and you and Ruth are kind of our two Jewish girls who help us, we've got to have a festive day. What did we call it last year? There was a
Hanukkah miss. It was something, right? Hanukkah miss, Hanukkah. It was
Chris Kwanzaa.
Yeah, something like that. We all got celebrated in our special way.
Yeah, yeah.
Very
so
sweet.
I'm looking forward to that again this year. That's really fun. Well, thanks for joining, and go find a person to tag and have them come in, and then we'll get to hear more about people's holiday traditions.
All right. Thanks for having me, and happy Hanukkah miss.
I love it. Thanks, April.
Thanks.
All right. So now I have the beautiful Amy. And Amy has worked with the center since what year, Amy? Do you remember? Like the late 90s? 2000 maybe?
2003.
Okay.
Maybe.
So 21 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in those 21 years, you've like done every role, every nook and cranny where we might, find some, little piece of equipment. She's our technical guru. When things are broken, she fixes everything. She's like the elf in the toy shop.
Mm-hmm.
So, Amy, tell us, we're talking about holiday traditions and holiday favorite things about the holiday from when you were a kid, from now as your kids are growing up. I know you have 2 daughters. They're darling. I can't believe they're so old because I just remember them as being like little toddlers.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me a little bit about, what is your holiday tradition maybe growing up, because you grew up in Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about holidays in Hawaii.
As a kid, they were very active. My family always, went and saw all the decorations. They had special Christmas trees done up, and we went and did everything every year. It was a lot, but I appreciate it now looking back because I'm exhausted at the end of the holidays. So now I know how my parents felt, but probably our favorite activity that I keep going, 2 things, is our Christmas Eve party, which I kind of inherited. So now my brother and his family come over, and my husband and his family come over, and we have a big party, and I make all the same food and cookies and
do it up. You're doing it up right?
Yeah, I'm doing it how I grew up doing it. I took over my mom's duties. But I think the funnest thing that we do is our Christmas light drive. And my kids will drag me out of the house to do it. And sometimes we don't do it until Christmas Day, the night of Christmas Day. But we get hot cocoa and put Christmas music on in the car. And we just go get lost in neighborhoods. And we look at Christmas lights. And the key is that if somebody really did it up, you have to go, ooh. And so we just crack each other up doing that. But that I think is the funnest thing that we do, is just getting lost and looking at lights. And
people really do a beautiful job. I mean, I marvel at when I drive by, and I'm in a condominium. So I have a patio, and I do put lights on the patio, but it's like, 12 feet long. It's not very far, but I just love, we used to do that too. So my mom and dad, and we'd all get in the van or something and go on a Christmas light drive. My grandparents, we'd all like jump in the car and go. And I think it's fun. And I love, is it KYXY who does they start the Christmas carols and no commercials like through the holiday season, and you hear all the fun festive songs that you can play in the car.
There's a few that do them.
Yeah. I mean, now every everything's on Spotify, and I just listen to that. But I love the fact that, you could put on the radio and go on the drive and see all the lights.
It's the oohs and ahs. We crack up doing it. And I think we're just kind of I'm very goofy. And so my kids really like when I get goofy. And that is my ultimate goofy, is the oohs and ahs.
The oohs and ahs.
Yeah.
So now tell me, like, do you guys do, or did you do this growing up, or do you do it now, like Christmas pajamas? Because I remember
yes,
as
every
a
year.
kid, I remember as a kid, so this is because I'm old, it was like the Lance nightgown, the Christmas edition, the flannel with the little lace or trim ruffle was
Yep.
always the thing. And now, like, I've done the Christmas jammies, and I think they're so fun. And
No, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
Every year, except for now, it's not those classic flannels anymore. It's like
Right.
Victoria's Secret pajama sets, and
Yeah.
and I have to
so
buy my
fun.
own now.
Yeah,
It's a Christmas Eve gift, and I still will buy myself a pajama and put it under the tree as well.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, sometimes you just have to do it yourself, right? But do you have a favorite, like, ornament or piece of decor that you love to have, and what is it, and maybe why is it special?
I have two. I have a recent addition that my mom gave me, and it was my first Christmas ornament from Portugal. And it's just a glass ball that says baby's first Christmas, and it's from Portugal, where I was born. And so that one's really special to me now. And aside from that, it's got to be my big stuffed snowman. We had one growing up that my great grandfather, I think, got it from a market. It was like a Coca-Cola sign display Santa Claus, and they got rid of it, and my parents swooped it up. Well, my great grandfather swooped it up, and then my mom took it and she gave it to my brother, and it was such a big ordeal. But she went and bought me my own snowman, and I really like him.
How big is he?
4 feet tall.
Oh, cute.
And my cats have chewed off all of his pine cones, but he's still surviving.
Oh, that's sweet. I love that. And then do you guys ever do, like, let's say you were saying on Christmas Eve, you like have the big party and cook things. What are some of the holiday recipes that, like, if you chose not to do it, that everybody would have a revolt?
Little barbecue meatballs and the little weenies, we cook them in beer. Or wrap them in bacon.
Okay.
And sprinkle brown sugar on them and bake them.
Ooh.
And then recently I've gotten Pillsbury dough and made little chicken blankets with them. But the meatballs and the weenies, they would just not be happy.
That sounds really good. Will you like give us the recipe so we can put it in the show notes? That sounds delicious with beer. I love it. I love it.
Well, that's literally the recipe: weenies and beer.
Well, it's fun too to have things that are easy, but they're also really delicious, or that you could or bring to a Christmas party. That because one of my friends, Susie, always brings the little meatballs, and people go nuts. And she's like, Monique, it's so easy.
So easy.
You get the meatballs, you get like the barbecue sauce, you put them together in the crock pot, and that's it. But they're really yummy, and that's kind of a holiday fun thing. It's not like you're going to have those in the middle of.
I do cinnamon rolls for Christmas morning. That's a big thing. They're really difficult to make. Make the dough, let it rise, roll it out, let it rise.
Homemade. Yeah. That's big. Now, have you guys ever done like decorating, like either gingerbread cookies or houses or sugar cookies?
I make a variety of cookies, and it's a tradition, but it feels like a chore for everybody. But it's something that if we didn't do, they would miss it.
Yeah.
But we do like cut out cookies and frost them, and we do gingerbread cookies. And one year I made sheets of gingerbread to do houses, and we never made the houses. We ended up eating the sheets of gingerbread ourselves. And
well, gingerbread's yummy. I don't blame you on that one. Yeah, we used to do, I had this kids cookbook, and in that cookbook, they're the best gingerbread cookies. And I found a copy of that cookbook on eBay last year and had it out for everybody but this gingerbread recipe, it's so good, but it makes so much. It's
then you're trying to
figure out how to
and buttons and everything on each one.
I was trying to figure out like how to cut it down, because it's like all these 5/8 of this. You're like, wait, I don't want to do math, but I guess cooking is math with baking, but it's still, they are so good that you're like, okay, fine. So I'll do some of it today. I'll roll those out and put the rest of the.
Send me the recipe.
Yeah, no, I will. I'll put it in the show notes. It's so good.
Okay.
It's so good. But Dr. Riedler, so anybody who was around last year and saw some of the pictures, we did a reel on Instagram of her baking because she's actually such a good surgeon,
very
but
good.
she's an amazing baker, and her cookie decorations were off the charts.
Oh, they're like professional. She could sell cookies for a living.
She totally could. And but the key was, because sometimes you see these beautifully decorated cookies, but they taste terrible. But you're like, but they look great. Her cookies, her gingerbread's so good. So I've got to try to get her to divulge the recipe and give it to us.
That's
because
right.
my recipe is good,
ones.
but her recipe's, I think, even better. But it is a chore. It is a chore, but it's such a special part of the season, which
There's
I just love.
Cookie we make called candy cane cookies.
Ooh.
Where you have two different doughs and you have to like roll them into lines and put them together, and then you have to twist them just right. And there's such a pain to make, and the dough cracks when you twist them. And
oh God,
my kids, I have to make them, but everybody knows that they can't come in the kitchen while I'm making them because I'm so frustrated with it that I'll yell at anybody who comes in, but they're so good.
Ooh, Amy, you're a font of holiday knowledge is what you are. Well, I love this. Well, thank you for coming and sharing what makes your holiday special and your favorite holiday things with us.
It's cool hearing that we have so many similar things. Like everybody kind of has similar things.
Yeah, exactly. So go find somebody to tag and have them come sit with me for a few minutes.
Will do.
And we're bribing you guys, right? With a special gift card over to the coffee cart for like a mochaccino with Monique. Yeah. Brick and Bell.
That had nothing to do with me coming in here.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, that was my idea. I just thought, there's a little incentive. I'm like, here,
Thank
Brittney.
you. Thank you. I'm going to go out there right now.
Okay. Enjoy.
Thanks.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So now I get to welcome Kristen. She's one of our nurses. She's Dr. Riedler's head nurse. And we love it because she was here and then she went off to nursing school. And tell us everybody about, what you did. And now you're back.
Yeah. So I actually was in an LVN, the BSN step-up program for my registered nursing license. So I just graduated. And so now I'll be an RN BSN, and I'm really excited for my future.
That's so nice. I love that. So today we're talking about favorite things during the holidays. So if you want to think back to, your childhood, what was one of your favorite things as a kid that you just knew the season was starting and you just look forward to?
Yeah. So my mom and I would actually go up to Julian, and we'd stop at like Dudley's Bakery and go into town. Yeah. And kind of just hang out. And it's always cold up there. Sometimes it snows early. So it's just a fun day.
I love that. Dudley's is so good.
It's so good.
I haven't been there in years. And I remember taking my kids one time where they said, oh, there's snow up there. By the time we got up there, it was like black snow on the side of the road.
Yeah, it's scary.
It was kind of like not really snowy anymore.
Yeah.
Well, we tried.
It was icy.
Yeah. And then as an adult, what is sort of one of your fun traditions that you've taken into adulthood?
Yeah. So we actually live on the lake in Canyon Lake, California. So we have a yearly boat parade where everyone decorates their boat with lights and everything. And then we all kind of just cruise around the lake with our boats. And it's an all-night thing. It's really fun.
How fun. I bet it's beautiful. Now, do people also like jam Christmas music from their boat?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. People dress up as Santa and they wake surf from their boat. It's really a fun time.
Oh, neat. And so this is at night though?
Yeah.
Or during the day too?
Yeah. It actually goes from like 5 to 10 at night. So
fun.
Yeah. It starts when it's light outside, and then it starts getting dark, and then everyone turns their lights on. So there's I'm going to say about 100 boats that's in the parade. It's pretty big. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's neat. And then do you guys you probably have dinner on the boat and holiday cheer, adult beverages on the boat. Do you have like a certain food that it just wouldn't be Christmas without blank. What would that
Oh,
be?
yeah, for sure. So we do like a Christmas kind of friends thing get together at our house. And we do like the charcuterie boards. And I like green bean casserole. So I always make like a green bean casserole that's really good. And just a friends and family get together. Our family actually lives in San Diego. So my husband and I are from San Diego, but currently live in Canyon Lake. So we drive down to San Diego and hang out with the family. So yeah, it's kind of like an all weekend get together.
Oh, I like that. That sounds fun. That sounds really fun. Well, I know you have to go. We just kind of
Yeah.
grabbed you in between things, but thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no
And
problem.
congratulations on your RNBSN. I
Thank
think
you
that's
so much.
incredible. And I'm so glad you're back with us because I really missed you. So,
Oh my gosh, I missed
yes.
everyone here
So now
so
you have to
much.
come back on the podcast where we can do a Meet Kristen because our old Meet Kristen is years old. And
Yeah.
now you're in a whole different place professionally. So
Yeah.
we'll do that again.
Awesome. Well,
All
Merry
right.
Christmas,
Thanks.
everyone.
Merry Christmas. Yeah. Thanks.
Have a good day. Bye,
You
Monique.
too. So, everybody, I'm so excited to introduce one of my favorite team members because she's on my team with the media. She's our photographer, Amber. So, welcome to the podcast, Amber.
Hi, thank you. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So, Amber, tell us about some of your favorite things during the holidays. Like if we go back to when you were a kid, what was the thing that you really looked forward to, or a food that you might have looked forward to?
Okay, so my favorite holiday is Christmas because I come from a very big family. So getting like everyone together was always like a bit complicated,
Oh,
but Christmas was always like the one holiday that no one ever missed. So I was like super excited about that. And then I remember just like me and my cousins, we couldn't wait for like midnight to open our presents, like play with the toys and all of that. So we were like 13 cousins. So imagine the chaos.
Oh
Exactly.
my gosh.
And then like everyone just running the entire house with their new toys and everything. And like, yeah, I really miss those moments. I mean, those are like my happy memories. But now I can get to see like my nieces and nephews like live those
Right.
experiences.
Right. So how many nieces and nephews do you have?
Well, right now, like 7.
Oh my gosh.
So
Whoa.
it's still
With
not
13
that.
cousins and how many brothers and sisters?
I just have one brother.
Just one brother. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you'd open presents at midnight.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not.
how fun.
Yeah, that's like our tradition.
Well, if
When
there's 13 cousins, then there must have been like 50 people there.
Yeah, it was a big gathering. Yeah,
That's neat. And
it
did
was
you
a
have
full
any?
house.
Yeah, a full house. So did you have anything? Would you guys always have the same thing to eat that
Well,
for that party?
yeah, it's always tamales. Like, I can't wait. Right now, I'm counting down the days for my tamales. And then
Uh-huh.
maybe some turkey. But it's usually tamales with frijoles. Mhm.
Oh, yum. I love it. And would you guys make them yourself?
Yeah, my mom.
Oh, it's a
This
big
year,
job.
it's my turn to help.
Oh, it's your turn to help.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, maybe you could give us the recipe, or if your mom would share the recipe with our audience, because I've heard a couple different recipes being thrown around or things that sound delicious. So I want to sort of pull them all together so that we can have them in the show notes for everybody. So tell me a little bit about, like, let's go into music. Do you have any certain music do you like to listen to Christmas carols, or are you not or Christmas like pop music?
Well, I just go to Christmas music and Spotify and just play that all night.
Yeah, I was getting in the mood for this. So when I was
Mhm.
typing up my notes of like
Mhm.
questions for everybody, I'm like, wait a minute, I got to do this with holiday tunes. So if I turned on Spotify, went to holiday, and I love it because you can kind of get traditional carols, you can get old fashioned, you can get pop, like fun new.
Exactly. Spanish and English.
Yeah, true. Now, do you have a certain holiday movie that you love?
I love The Grinch.
The Grinch.
I know it's a weird movie, but I just love The
No,
Grinch.
it's a great movie. Now, I grew up with like the cartoon Grinch from
Mhm.
1960, whatever. I was born at the end of 67. So it was right around then when I was a little kid. And oh my gosh, when the TV guide would have the holiday listings of what day and what time you didn't want to miss it. You know,
Uh-huh.
if it's like Thursday at 8:00 was Charlie Brown Christmas, or, the Grinch Who Stole Christmas, or the Santa's coming to town, whatever. I don't remember with Burl Ives. It was, and I mean, now you can get everything. You could get it in July if you wanted to. You could watch
True.
it.
Just
But
open
back then
Netflix.
it was like, oh gosh, we have to be home that night because it's my only chance to see it until next year. And I love The Grinch too, and the music is so good.
Yeah, it's so good. And the art, I love like the Christmas vibes in that movie.
Yeah, yeah. Now, have you guys ever gone out like exploring Balboa Park or looking at Christmas lights anywhere in San Diego?
Last year I went to the Coronado Hotel. Yeah, I really loved it. Like the Christmas.
I saw an email for their stuff, and it's like 1 week from today, which means that it'll be, I think, later this week. They'll be all decorated for Christmas.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
it looked beautiful. So I think I might have
There's
to.
a skater ring too. So.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I saw like something like little igloos, and I don't know, but it looked amazing. So I think I'm going to have to take a trip down there once they get decorated.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
yeah, well, thanks, Amber. So enjoy your holiday season, and thanks for sharing a little bit about your favorite things with us. And go
Thank
find somebody to tap and bring into the seat.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you. Bye.
So now I'm welcoming Brittney to the podcast. Brittney Murphy has been with us since she was like 17 years old. And I don't want to give away your age, but more than half your life, right?
Yes,
Or less,
yes.
more?
Well, now as I'm getting older, probably less than half my life, but
Okay.
yeah.
A long time.
Yes.
She knows everything. She's done everything. And she's our, queen of assisting and organizing, because we need it, all of us, going in 19 different directions. Brittney's the one that like keeps us all on task and keeps us all, going in the right direction. So we're going to have you tell us about your holiday favorite things. And so tell me like a fun holiday memory you have, maybe from growing up.
It's funny because I think most people are probably going to go Thanksgiving or Christmas, but for me that was always going to grandma's house on dad's side and Nana's house on my mom's side. So it was very kind of busy around those holidays. So for me, my favorite holiday tradition that I always look back to is actually New Year's Eve. We would do something really unique with my aunt and uncle and all of our cousins. We would go to the beach down in Coronado, close to kind of the ball dropping around 10 p.m. And it was really cool because we were young kids, so we'd all load up in the car and go to the beach at dark. And then really funny, they would take us to the local Denny's and we got to order whatever we wanted. And we'd be so cool because we got to give the waiter, the server, our order. So we'd feel all grown up. And then my grandparents lived in IB, Imperial Beach. And so we would swing by on the way home, wake up granddad, and because he could never stay up until the ball dropped. And so we'd all hop on granddad's bed, wake him up, wish him a happy new year, and then have a sleepover at my uncle and aunt's house.
How fun.
And that was our unique holiday tradition that I always remember. And obviously we grew up and we stopped doing it because we all had our New Year Eve plans, but that always resonates and something I'll always remember.
Yeah, that's really neat. And now you have a child of your own. And
Yes.
How old is Rowan?
He's going to be 3 in January already. So kind of thinking of those holiday traditions to him, because now he's like getting into those
He's
things.
Get into it, right?
Remembering
he's clue
things.
in,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Exactly. So, in terms of what you guys are planning to do you have any certain things that you think you might want to introduce as a family?
Yeah. So he's very musical. So he's already learning his Christmas songs. So
good.
He daily, nightly is singing Jingle Bells already, doing the Christmas cookie decorating. And this year my mom has the house decorated as Grinchmas. And so he's already like into the lights and just taking it all in. And
how fun.
he loves it already.
So I brought this up with Dr. Salazar, and I have an opinion too. So I'm interested to see your opinion. Does Santa wrap the gifts that Santa leaves, or does Santa leave them under the tree unwrapped?
I think I'm going back to how it was for me as a kid. It depends on the gift. If it's kind of one of those big gifts, like if we got bikes as a kid, that's put together but unwrapped. If they're like little trinkets, it was always in a different wrapping paper. So not to give it away.
Right.
But definitely.
Yeah. So the reason I asked the question is, so I'm no longer married, but when I got married, my Santa only brought toys that were unwrapped. Everything was assembled, everything was there, set up, but there was no wrapping. Family gifts were wrapped.
Yeah.
And then my husband, I find out, oh, no. What are you talking about? They have to be wrapped. These presents have to be wrapped. Santa's workshop wraps the gifts. I'm like, no, they don't. And it was the funniest thing because we agreed on so many things. But that one thing, we both had very strong, ideas about what it should be.
Right.
And I'm going to ask you, who do you think won?
Your middle name's Noel. I mean, you're all things Christmas.
You're right. I won that battle. I'm like, no. And it's just funny. It's funny to see like things that when you grow up, it's like a certain way, and how would it be different than that way? And then you go like, oh, okay, I guess it could be different, and somebody else has a whole different idea. So do you have a certain recipe that maybe just screams Christmas to you?
With me, it was probably, and I don't know if it's a certain recipe, but it's something that we'd always do around the holidays, is tamale making. I come from a Mexican family, so it was always making tamales before Christmas. So we had them around Christmas and New Year's to make. And with us, it was, you started as a young kid, you were the tamale holders, and you would upgrade as you got older if you kind of graduated. So that's our Mexican recipe. And it was just another kind of tradition, family bonding time, and some of the best times we had as a family together. We'd have the music playing in the background. It was just an all-day time to spend together as a family.
And what are your favorite tamales? Are they like the sweet ones, or do you like something more spicy or savory?
Yeah, no, I was never a fan of the sweet ones. We do like a chicken concoction, and you stuff it with the green olives, the potatoes, the green beans, the jalapenos. So,
oh, wow.
Yeah, those ones are the good. It's really good.
If you can share that recipe with us, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Now, do you ever, I'm thinking Ro might like to go see Christmas lights. Do you think you guys are going to go out for Christmas lights?
Definitely. So we're going to see, got his pictures with Santa this Friday with my niece, who's about to turn 1, and they're just like 2 peas in a pod.
Oh.
So Christmas pictures with Santa. And then, I like to hold off as much as possible because Thanksgiving is like my favorite holiday.
Oh.
So I like to hold off on a lot of the Christmas stuff so I can just enjoy all the holidays.
Yeah.
And then do all the Christmas lights and things, especially around like Coronado. They have the best lights.
Oh, that's what I've heard that a couple times today. Yeah. The Coronado is where it's at.
Yes.
So, well, thanks for coming on the podcast and sharing your favorite things with us for the holidays. And I'll remind everybody that if you go on our website under the specials and events tab, you click on that and it'll take you over to the favorite things promotion we're doing. So do it quick because, there's only so many surgical slots before Christmas or before the new year. And we want to make sure that you get one of them if you're thinking about having a favorite thing from one of our plastic surgeons. So thanks, Brittney, for helping organize getting everybody on the podcast today. And I think it's going to be a really fun episode and a really merry holiday season.
Take a screenshot of this podcast episode with your phone and show it at your consultation or appointment, or mention the promo code podcast to receive $25 off any service or product of $50 or more at La Jolla Cosmetic. La Jolla Cosmetic is located just off the I-5 San Diego Freeway in the Zymed building on the Scripps Memorial Hospital campus. To learn more, go to LJCSC.com or follow the team on Instagram at LJCSC. The La Jolla Cosmetic Podcast is a production of The Axis, TheAxis.io.